Good afternoon, I'm Millie Payne. It's 3:30 and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. Starting with football, and the draw for the Champions League round of 16 took place this morning. Premier League leaders Liverpool will face PSG, Arsenal will face Dutch side PSV Eindhoven, and Aston Villa have been matched up against Belgian side Club Brugge. The ties will take place over the two legs and commence on the 4th of March. And the next round for the Europa League has also been decided. Manchester United will face side Real Sociedad in the round of 16, Tottenham will face AZ Alkmaar, and Scottish giants Rangers will face Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. There's also live Premier League football tonight as 19th place Leicester City host mid-table Brentford. The Bees are aiming to do the league double over Leicester for the first time since 1952-53 season. Here's what the Brentford boss Thomas Frank makes of the Foxes.
I know they haven't won that many games, but also a little bit of stability in some performances. And also, I think, in finding closer and closer his starting 11. And I think this is a Premier League team with a lot of Premier League experience. They only been down 1 year. A lot of those starters are players who have played a lot of games in the Premier League.
Kick-off at the King Power Stadium is at 8 p.m. Staying with football, and Flynn Downs could return to the Southampton squad tomorrow, following almost a month out due to an argument with the manager. Downs tried to force a move in the closing days of the January transfer window, leaving Ivan Juric unhappy. But the two have seemingly made things right.
Or something, but we had like really good chat, and I think he understands the mistakes and everything, and even now after everything, I think when I came here that he's a very good player and that he's a good guy who make mistake, but he's okay, fit, training very well.
Saints host Brighton in the Premier League tomorrow afternoon from 3 p.m. Looking a little bit more locally now, and Varsity 2025 between Solent University and Bournemouth University was cancelled last week, but new plans have been in the works. Jamie Somerville found out more.
The South Coast Varsity is usually competed between Southampton Solent and Bournemouth University, but this year's event has been cancelled. The event was scheduled between the 30th of April and the 7th of May, but it was cancelled after a surprise announcement this week. The question now turns to, what is next?
We've already begun planning a fantastic sporting festival here at Solent, which will be over the course of an entire weekend. 3 days of sporting fun, drinks, good vibes, and a real festival experience for everyone here at Solent to fully enjoy and engage with.
With 2025 varsity plans being finalised internally, discussions are underway for a massive plan in 2026.
As well as what we're going to be doing this year, talks have already begun around a potential South Coast varsity involving more than just two institutions. So I can't comment more on that at this stage.
Varsity isn't just about beating the opposition. A big pill for a lot of the members is actually the social side afterwards. American football varsity captain Ollie Price believes that the cancellation is a big blow to the team this year.
Obviously, maybe it won't be as a competitive game as you might think, but it's still a game that we can improve on and stuff like that and learn from. And then it's always just a really good fun. Everyone's really in a merry mood, and it's just, it's not, it's something I was really looking forward to, and it's really disappointing that it's not going to be held this year.
The suggestion of the in-house tournament can benefit larger sides that can be split into smaller teams. However, for a squad the size of American football, an in-house tournament makes it difficult for them to play the sport they love.
Something about an in-house tournament, but for American football, we don't have a second side. We don't have anyone else, so I don't understand how we're going to do it, but I'm going to make sure that everything in my power that we have something that we can do. If that means we're playing, 9-a-side against ourselves, a red and a white team, then that's something we might have to consider.
We asked Bournemouth University for comment, but they declined to give us more than their pre-release statement.
Jamie Somerville, Solent Sports News.
In cricket, the ICC Men's Champions Trophy is currently ongoing as Afghanistan are into bat against South Africa. South Africa compiled a score of 315 for 6 at the end of the 50 overs, whereas Afghanistan currently have 95 runs for 5 wickets after 24 overs. Moving to rugby, and the Six Nations returns tomorrow after a week's break. Bottom of the table Wales kicked the action off from 2:15 against Ireland with new boss Matt Sherratt in charge. He said his first week in the job has been tough.
If I'm honest, there's lots and lots of detail that I'd like to get across to the group in terms of how we play. But this week has been come in, try and get the mindset right and a good positive attitude, and then just put a framework in place where the players feel comfortable enough to put all their energy into something.
Later on tomorrow from 4:45, England face Scotland, who are looking for a 5th straight win in the Calcutta Cup. Luke Cowan-Dickey has high praise for the Scottish opponents, but believes the Red Roses have what it takes to win.
They're a top quality outfit. Finn Russell pulls the strings at 10. He can do a lot for them. Van der Merwe on the wing. Obviously, his set piece is strong. They're a threat all over the park. So it's about obviously seeing what they're going to bring, but also how much can we look in and how we can stop them getting what they want and put our game on them.
There's also a huge fight coming up for Southampton boxer Ryan Garner in his first ever headline bout. He'll be fighting for the vacant WBC Super Featherweight European Championship title against Salvador Jimenez. So I went down to have a chat with him ahead of his big bout. Collision on the coast. A huge night for Southampton boxer Ryan Garner as he takes on Salvador Jimenez for the vacant WBC Super Featherweight European title. And being just over a week away from fight night in Bournemouth, the preparations are getting intense.
I'm just excited. I just wanted to hurry up now. Looking forward to obviously a good night, hopefully getting the win.
And we've watched a bit of you training today. It seems like your fighting style is you're quite light on your feet, but also really powerful punches.
Yeah, like I say, I'd like to say I can box and fight as well, but like I say, I'm exciting, I'm aggressive, fast. So hopefully, I just got, like I say, it's only training now, but I've got to put it all on the fight night now.
A huge fight for you. You've only had a couple of title fights before. How does the title fight compare to being just sort of an exhibition fight on an undercard almost?
This is massive. You know what I mean? It's my first headline show, nearly sold out. So it's putting my name right out there. Now I'm headlining and getting these big shows down here on the South Coast. Hopefully, I could be the spirit for South Coast boxing. And as I've said before, and my dream is to be at St Mary's. So just got to tick this box, win this one, which I think it will. See, and the European title is massive. So win this, and then it pushes me on to bigger things, and then hopefully a world title. So I just got to win this.
Here we are at Batten's Boxing in Southampton.
Yeah.
What do you make of Wayne as a trainer? Because it seems like he works you extremely hard.
Yeah, we got a good relationship, me and Wayne. Like I say, I started training with. Well, when I was younger, I started training with him. Then we at Stocks, I was obviously doing amateur, and he wasn't amateur, and I started getting ready to turn pro at 17 with him. So we've been together 10 years as a professional. Wow. So yeah, it's like a father-son relationship. Do you know what I mean? We do everything, we talk all the time and that, and we've been through some rough patches. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I got suspended years ago, and he stuck with me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we got a good relationship. And
like you said, you were just suspended a few years ago.
Yeah,
we won't go into too much detail about that, but
how
incredible a story it is for you to go through all of that and to come back now and fighting for a major title.
Yeah, like I said in an interview the other day, like if say 3-4 years ago, I was half like kind of contemplating like stopping, if you know what I mean. But that was before I got my missus. Obviously now I've got 2 kids engaged in that. So before they come about, like I was kind of thinking, do I want to do this anymore? So, but luckily I've stuck it out. Most people in my position, they would have quit ages ago. Like obviously with the rough patches, getting suspended, like I said. Like a lot of people would have just jacked it in, but I've just persevered, stuck it out, and then look, it's paid off.
Give me in a sentence how you see the fight going.
Ryan Garner win, but win in style.
Best of luck to Ryan Garner in his fight next Saturday. But one of the fastest growing sports in the world is pickleball, a racket sport which has similarities to tennis and ping pong. But despite its rapid rise, many people are still unfamiliar with the game. Our reporter Charlie Bender explored the game to understand its growing appeal.
Pickleball, a sport played with a racket like this and a ball like this, and no, you can't eat it. Founded in 1965, pickleball's popularity has recently risen rapidly. Despite this, I still know nothing about the sport, so I'll let an expert explain how it works.
So the rules. So as I was saying, you can't volley the ball until the 4th hit of the game, okay? Similar to tennis, you serve across court. So if I'm playing on this hand side and I've got the ball, I'm going to serve into the opposite square or rectangle over there to you, right? That's the first hit of the game. You would then return the ball, that's the second hit of the game. I would then return third, then you can volley the ball, okay? It kind of avoids people standing close to the net and just smashing the ball every time, because that's just not fun. Does that make sense? Yeah? And then the kitchen line, so on these courts, so we're using the badminton courts, so it's all the white lines. The kitchen line is the closest white line to the net, and essentially no one is allowed inside the kitchen area. It makes it too easy to just stand here, wait for the ball, and then just hit it to score. So you can't drop in. The only instance in which you can actually enter into the kitchen is when the ball bounces inside. So if the ball bounces inside, say you hit it, hits the net, the ball bounces inside, I'm waiting outside, I then step in to play the ball, and then I come back out. Yeah?
I put the skills I had just learned into practice and played a game with fellow pickleball enthusiast Ian, speaking to him about why he's decided to come along to these sessions and the accessibility of the sport.
So why would you play this sport, like compared to other racket sports?
So for me, it's a really nice way of just trying something different, meeting some new people, and it's almost like I don't think I'm good enough for tennis, but I think I can play pickleball. That's why I started it.
How did you get into it then? Was it just because you didn't think you were good enough at tennis, or is there other reasons?
No, I mean I've played a little bit of table tennis before. It feels a little bit like that, but yeah, I think like tennis is like that step up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is like a nice way of just, I don't know, like I said, it's like easing your way in, like a nice start.
In terms of people playing it, there's all ages and everything. Like, is this a really accessible sport?
Yeah, really, really accessible. I think anyone of any age, any ability, I think could definitely pick it up. And straight away you can get a bit familiar. You can play shots. The ball bounces really nicely as well.
Yeah, it feels nice, like a nice pace that you can really pick it up quite quick.
According to data, pickleball participation has grown over 223% in the last 3 years. One of those playing is Brenda Short.
Oh, well, I've wanted to learn pickleball for quite a long time, and they were advertising pickleball sessions. I'm enjoying this very much, and it's indoor, of course, yeah. And I think perhaps going to learn a new game that is becoming, it's sort of taken off in other countries, I think perhaps more so than the UK. I mean, it's quite big in California where I go quite often, you know.
I thoroughly enjoyed my time playing pickleball, and I'll certainly be back. Charlie Bender, Solent Sports News.
You might now know what pickleball is, but do you know what geocaching is? Our reporters Freddie Kilby and Nathan Potter have braved the tough and treacherous conditions and gave it a go right here in Southampton.
We're here at Netley Abbey Woods to do some geocaching. But you may be asking, what is geocaching? Well, it's an activity that gets you outdoors, even in treacherous conditions like this. And it gets you searching for these boxes that people put out. It's like a community-led sort of project where they put out boxes for people to go and treasure hunt and find. You know, it's great for families. It's great for people, getting people outdoors. And it's a little bit of fun, you know. Geocaching is mainly set up in woodland-type areas, and it gives you the chance to meet up with other geocachers and make new friends. Each cache location, you are given clues as to where it can be found, along with the coordinates. So after me and Nathan relentlessly searching to find this geocache box, we think we might have found it. And as you can see down here, there's a little camo bag. Let's take a look inside. Come on. Once you're done, we're looking through your box and perhaps signing your name, you know, marking the date you found it, or leaving something that people might find for next time. What you do is simply put the bag back, put all the stuff back in the box that you found, put it back in its spot, and let the next player try and find the bag.
There are 4 different types of geocaching, those being the traditional type of cache, where you find a hidden container inside a camo bag. Another is a puzzle, where you are required to solve a mystery or a puzzle to find the exact location of where it's hidden. There's also multi-geocaching, which involves multiple locations where you find clues before the cache itself. And finally, there's earth caches, where you learn something about the environment and it doesn't involve the containers.
We've only gone about 200 metres down the path and we've already come across our next one, and you won't believe it, I found it once again. Come on. Yeah, well, It's the second one found in, wow, what, about 5 minutes there? Freddie obviously not very good at this, finding these geocaching things. I'm obviously a pro, but today is definitely not the day to do this. I'm soaking, and so is Freddie.
Nathan Potter, Solent Sports News.
Thank you for that insight, Nathan and Freddie. But that's all from me. Don't forget to check our website, solentsportsnews.com, and we'll be back next time. Take care and see you soon.